All right, fantastic. We are officially live. So I'm going to just chat for a second while we give students a moment to just kind of trickle in, get settled, get ready. So I'm going to
Okay,
start by briefly sharing my screen.
okay.
If my screen share button works.
Yeah.
But there we go, perfect. All right, so welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Pennsylvania students, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counselings and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. Very quick housekeeping before we get started. Please feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. And just a plug, this is one of our many sessions happening, so please check out the full schedule at pacac.org. And finally, this presentation is being recorded and it will be available within about a week at that same website, pacac.org. And with that, it is really my pleasure to turn it right over to our presenter today.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lori with University of Advancing Technology, and I'm going to present to you about careers in technology and emerging technologies, as well as University of Advancing Technology. I'm going to show you a video, and I'm going to leave the last few minutes to answer any questions. So please just give me a moment to share my video with you. All righty. So let's get started. University of Advancing Technology is located in Tempe, Arizona. We have less than 1,000 students, only about 15 students a class, and we offer all technology degrees. Technology blurs the lines of capability and reality, affecting all of us. Tech is everywhere. It rules all in business, government, and industry. And the internet is for everyone. Here are some emerging technologies you'll see more of in society, like personalities for robots, your brain print as a password, mass data, zero-size intelligence, neurohacking, quantum control, nanotechnology and nanomeds, dark networks, universal translators, avatars, surrogates, robotics, Google Glasses, Form 1 3D printers, more Oculus Rift everywhere, Leap Motion for game playing, iTribe for advertising, smart things everywhere, Project Fiona open source operating systems, parallel programming, and space drones. There are many career opportunities in technology, including cybersecurity, which is an absolute necessity today. More hot tech jobs in technology include IT security specialists, computer systems analysts, web developers, health information techs, technology managers. More hot tech jobs over the next decade include programmers, security experts, data architects, hardware and software experts, programmers to tap into artificial intelligence and robotics, big picture thinkers, so people that can see outside of the box to solve problems, as well as digital artisans. Just this year alone, there will be an estimated 1 million more job openings in tech without enough people to fill them. But what about pay? Well, here's what the US Bureau of Labor Statistics found. On average, software developers make an average of $100,000 a year. Computer systems analysts, $85,000 a year. Database administrators, 81,000. Computer network architects, 100,000. Network and computer systems administrators, 77,000. Information security analysts, 90,000. Computer programmers, 79,000. Web developers, 65,000. And game programmers, 100,000 a year. 7 successful approaches to prepare for a career in tech include: get the right degree, learn to work in cross-discipline teams, do real hands-on work, get real world experience, build your portfolio and your network, and choose the right college. Here's a couple of our graduates speaking.
If you really know you want it, you need to go for it and believe in yourself and don't let anyone push you aside. When I was in my last year of high school, I was thinking of going to some colleges. I was looking around before I found UAT, and I was told by one place, you don't have it, you don't got it. And that was crazy for me, but I knew I loved it and I knew I wanted to pursue it. And that's why coming to UAT really helped me, because I learned so many new skills that I didn't even know I could. Moving from Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada all the way to Phoenix, Arizona was a bit mind-blowing, but it was great. It was fantastic. I was met with so much support when I got to the school. Everybody knows each other, that I was instantly greeted with really friendly hellos, and it was great. It was a great first week at school. I would definitely say the time I put into my degree was worth it. Every day I was learning something new, I was accomplishing something, I was creating with my friends. After I graduated from UAT, I headed home to Canada for a bit. I liked it at home, but I really did want to come back to the States, and because I'm an international student, UAT gives me the opportunity to come back and work back here. UAT really did give me all the bases that I needed covered to go out into the industry. I really enjoyed coming to a new breed marketing agency that had all the tools I need to really improve myself, because I'm continually learning. I'm learning about the advertising industry, learning about new technologies. It was a great collaborative environment, and learning from all these amazing talented art directors, business strategists, and I was actually able to do what I love in an environment that I loved.
Here's another one of our graduates talking about network security.
Network security involves having the ability to test the security controls of any system, specifically networks, but anything that's associated with that. UAT prepares students by putting them right next to industry professionals as their professors, and provides them access to hardware that normally students don't get to even play with. They get a massive cyber lab that DoD has funded for you to start up as many VMs as you want and go nuts. While I was at UAT, I participated in CCDC, HATS, which was a cybersecurity club that we ran at school. We volunteered at DEF CON and Black Hat. We had a lot of fun. After graduating UAT, I co-authored a book, and I've been a federal contractor for 2 very large U.S. agencies.
You can come back at any time in your life after you graduate from UAT and audit classes, take classes for free. That is what this next graduate did. He's going to talk about it.
My first shot, I got really lucky, is that I met somebody in UAT. His name is Gavin Thompson. He's actually now he was just 3D supervisor on Oblivion. I met him in my Intro to Maya class, and he asked me, he's like, hey, what do you do? I'm like, oh, right now I'm not doing anything. I was just in class, just auditing. And he's like, hey, you should come work for the company that I work for. And my first real professional shot was working on NBC's Knight Rider in 2008 for a company called Master Key. And after Knight Rider is when I got to work on Avatar, which was one of the biggest things I got to work on.
Is a college degree worth the investment? Yes, and tech jobs are where it's at. Here are more hot tech jobs over the next decade. But what about the cost versus value of attending college? Some things to think about are getting the right degree, one that you love. Also, getting the highest degree possible, because the higher the degree you have, the more job opportunities there are. Compare tuition rates between colleges to see what's going to work best for you. At UAT, we're 3% less than the average out-of-state public university. Our students attend 3 semesters a year, so they're done with their bachelor's degree in 2 years and 8 months. So they end up saving money overall by finishing their degree in less than 3 years, because they're out in the workforce working full-time that much faster. This graph shows that STEM students make an average of over double in salary in their lifetime compared to students without STEM background. But what does your ideal college look like? At UAT, we believe we're more than just a generic university. Here are some of our students. But what are you looking for in a college experience? Do you want to attend a state university where there's hundreds of students in your class? Or UAT, where we only have about 15 students a class, so we have small class sizes? Do you want to attend a state university where the assistant professor teaches the classes? Or UAT, where the actual professor teaches the classes and it's hands-on from the very first day that you're a UAT student, and you're working in a very open, creative space? Do you want to focus more on traditional style testing and Common Core classes like at a state university? Or do you want more project-based learning like at UAT, where the professors work alongside the students during class? And we have dorms right behind our campus. So it's just a 1-minute walk from the dorms to classes. Everything is right there. This next UAT graduate is going to talk about the software he created after he graduated.
Hello, my name is Brad Janega. Today I'm at UAT's graduation, and I'm actually one of the speakers today, and I'm receiving my honorary doctorate. I'm a lot of things, so most importantly, a technology entrepreneur. So my last venture that I created was called WebPT, and so it's the leading cloud-based electronic medical record system for physical therapists. 2006, started building the software, launched it formally in 2008, and grew exponentially. 3 years in a row now on the Inc. 500 list. We've been the fastest growing company in Phoenix now for 3 years in a row. I won the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year along the way. And about 2 years ago, we just completed a Series B investment, which gave us basically some liquidity out of the business. The thing that I've seen happening at UAT is really a much more progressive approach to technology education, right? And so, I went to U of A, in the late 90s, and I actually left that school early because the content that I was learning wasn't applicable or relevant to what I wanted to do and what was happening in the field. And so where UAT has really made its mark is staying at that cutting edge and really making sure that the information and the curriculum is completely on par with not only what's needed in the industry today, but really where it's going. One of the biggest differences between UAT and any other larger state school is really that niche focus and a very personalized attention to the individual students, right? Which you don't get at a large university, right? You're typically just a number. What I've seen out of UAT is very specific to the student and to an industry. The one piece of advice that I would give to students coming out of school is one, I would congratulate them for choosing such an emerging and innovative field, as technology. There's a lot of changes, and you can very easily, because it's such a vast field, get kind of pigeonholed into, one particular thing, and to stay in love with what drew them to technology.
UAT offers both Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts degrees, as well as Master of Science degrees. You can choose your favorite degree, and you'll have 8 elective classes to take classes from other degrees, or you can double major. Under digital arts, we offer digital video, advertising art, digital marketing, and web design. Our software engineering degrees include advancing computer science, data science, and artificial intelligence. Under our game studies degrees, we offer game design, game arts and animation, and game programming. Under business and innovation, we offer technology studies. This prepares you for careers in marketing, management, or owning your own company, and business technology, which focuses on product development. Under cybersecurity, we offer network engineering, network security, and technology forensics. Our creation and simulation degrees are robotics and embedded systems, which is a combination of mechanical, electrical, and computer engineering. Human-computer interaction is creating interactive apps for different devices. And digital maker and fabrication, which is a design and manufacturing degree. You'll have the opportunity to file for your own US patent by graduation. We also offer virtual reality, which is the future. This next person is the founder of the largest hackers convention in the world. He's going to talk about the importance of networking in the technology industry.
Hi, I'm Jeff Moss. I'm best known probably for the DEF CON Hacking Conference, one of the largest hacking conferences in the world. About 20,000 people attend. But I've also been known for starting professional services around hacking groups. When I started DEF CON and Black Hat, there was no profession for security or hacking, people my age. It was all a passion, just wanting to know why things worked, how they failed, how you could make them fail, how you could make technology do things it was never intended to do. And so DEF CON was really about getting the people who know how technology works together with the people who don't. Today I'm at UAT for the graduation ceremony, and I've been lucky enough to be invited to come down. UAT has been supporting and been at DEF CON for a number of years. A lot of their graduates go on, and I run into them in industry. So it's really cool to kind of be on the other side of it, seeing where everybody's starting and seeing them finish out of graduation. UAT is doing several things that I really like. I like this bullpen design of collaborative working. I really like this 24/7 environment. Students can come and work on projects. One person might be gaming, another person might be on network defense, another person might be on modeling, and they can all sort of see what each other are doing. And what you'll find is, like, the best network defenders are influenced by the attackers. The attackers are influenced by the forensics people. The forensics people are influenced by the malware designers and the reverse engineers. And if they all exist in their own silos, you don't get a complete view of the whole ecosystem. And things have become so interconnected now, it's really important that everybody learns from each other. One of the things I would recommend to any student when you graduate, and if you're doing information security, that right now, there's a million ways you can go with your career. I just really encourage you, if you're going to take risks, take them early on in your career. You know, try a bunch of different things that you might not want to do later on in life. Just get a wide breadth of experience now, because you have the rest of your career to specialize. Well, so I think what makes a good student, a good UAT student, is that they're just open-minded and they're willing to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and then they know how to get the most out of an experience like a Black Hat or a DEF CON. I've always found them to come right up to and ask questions. Hey, what about this? How come you did that? How can I help out? And so I've been impressed about that.
At UAT, we realize that technology moves so fast. We have to change the way we teach and learn. So we have small class sizes, and we teach thinking skills and teamworking skills. When you graduate, you'll graduate with your bachelor's degree, an internship, and a student innovation project. So you'll have something to show. We have what's called synchronic learning, and that's where students work individually and on teams on real-world projects alongside their professors and industry leaders. There are 3 pillars to synchronic learning, which are superior graduates, mentored education, and flexible SyncFlex learning. When you graduate from UAT, you are a superior graduate. You can demonstrate mastery in all of your program objectives. You're workplace ready, you are a proven innovator and a skilled creator. But how do you get to that point? We have what's called a mentored education. Our classrooms are set up like actual tech workplaces. Faculty are mentors, managers, coaches, and leaders to students. We offer very distinctive courses. What's important 5 years from now is taught now at UAT. The courses go in depth and students are given a variety of leadership roles. For our adult learners, we offer flexible ThinkFlex learning. Here is a video that showcases a brief history of technology. Our teachers are experts in their field. They all have advanced degrees in what they teach, plus real-world experience. Sharon is one of our senior professors in digital video. She's going to talk about her teaching style.
Hi, I'm Sharon Bowman. My title is Senior Professor at the University of Advancing Technology. I teach in the digital video department, I teach theater classes for general studies, and I also teach yoga in the fitness program. Part of what I teach is getting our students to develop their own aesthetic so that when they get to the technology and they start experimenting with it, they have a solid foundation of what should be. And then with the technology that they have, they can go into what can be. If somebody understands art, then it doesn't matter how much the technology changes, they will always be able to create and they'll always be able to make it amazing. UAT really encourages project-based learning. So it's not just writing a paper about how to do something, it's actually doing the thing. And sometimes a student will be really good at part of that thing, but have no idea how to do the other part. And so there's a collaboration between students, and it's sometimes a little out of their comfort zone, but it's also with really like-minded people. So it's not as scary as it sometimes can be. And what it really helps our students do is grow from when they come in the door and they're a little self-conscious and they're really shy to being confident and being able to put out their ideas and articulate things in an intelligent and relatable manner. So we create an entire culture at UAT around essentially building confidence. Mentorship is a really important part. We'll find a student who really wants to learn something and they'll know that professor and they'll take more than one class from that professor. They'll have multiple classes with the same professors. And I have to say, I went to a big state school and I never spoke to a single professor my entire undergraduate degree. So to me, it's fixing that. Our teachers care, and that caring just translates into the students, and they become motivated, and they feel that they can do it, and they can. That's the cool thing, is that they can.
Here are a couple of our cyber security professors talking about the programs.
Hello, I'm Greg Miles. I am the program champion for cyber studies. The three different undergraduate programs I oversee are the cybersecurity program, formerly known as the network security program, the technology forensics program, and the network engineering program. So as a program champion at UAT, we're responsible for setting the direction of the curriculum, making projections for what the future is going to look like within our different program areas. Through that process, we've been able to come up with support from Department of Defense, the National Security Agency. We are a designated center of academic excellence through those programs. Got some help from the Federal Bureau of Investigations in terms of designing our cyber warfare range that we utilize on a day-to-day basis to instruct the students on network security and network engineering and doing the forensics work that we do.
What sets UAT apart in cybersecurity, it sets us apart from everybody else, is our ability to actually understand how the students think when they come to the school, provide them with an education and projects that stretch their boundaries, get them innovating, to get them coming up with solutions that nobody else is working on. This isn't a checklist school. I'm not going through and trying to check off course after course after course. Our courseware changes to fit what's going on in the real world as well as what's going on in the industry.
Since we have three different program areas that we focus on the cyber side, we are able to combine the security, network engineering, and then the forensic side of things. Those different technologies and those different career areas really tie together so that when you go out into industry, you are prepared to work with people from different areas. You bring in knowledge of each of those areas and you're a stronger individual for the organization that you're working for. In our programs, we do student innovation projects. The students come up with ideas for either improving a technology or building a new technology.
We're putting the students in a position to test their ability. I want you to write an exploit. I want you to figure out how to build a better firewall. I want you to figure out how to architect the most secure network you can possibly create. I want you to go to Black Hat and I want you to talk to these researchers. I want you to make relationships with the people that are making a difference today so that the day you graduate, you already have the connections. You already have this understanding of exploits and what it takes to change the way the world operates. By the time you graduate, you've earned that badge of respect within the technical community, within our industry.
University of Advancing Technology is regionally accredited through the Higher Learning Commission, which is recognized by the Department of Education. Here are other universities that have the same accreditation we do. You can apply to UAT as a sophomore, junior, or senior in high school. It's free to apply, and there's no SAT nor ACT required. We ask you 5 mini essay questions and combine it with your GPA to determine acceptance and scholarships. We'll contact you within 2 weeks after you apply and let you know your acceptance status and how much of a scholarship you're eligible for. We have all kinds of clubs like esports that competes in Overwatch and Fortnite, League of Legends, Robotics Club, Nerf Wars, Social Gamers Club, as well as other clubs too. This is a drone tour of UAT. Hopefully in the spring we can have in-person open houses. Coming from out of state, if you attend one of our open houses or just come take an on-campus tour in person, when we open that up again, we will give you the Discovery Scholarship, and that's $1,000 off of your tuition after enrolling. So these are some things to think about. Consider coming to visit UAT in person in the spring. So this is a drone tour of UAT. This is what you'll see when you come over to the open house. So fly to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and then we're about 10 minutes from the airport. Go through the front door facing Baseline Road. Tell the students at the front desk your name. They'll have a UAT lanyard with your name and schedule attached to it. Walk around, get comfortable. There will be faculty and students with tables set up to talk to you about classes and clubs. This is our cafe coming up here. So we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the students. And guess what? The cafe is actually open until 3 a.m. So if you want to get something late at night to eat, it's open till 3. This is our theater. So you can see it's very spacious. This is where classes and clubs are held. And by the way, you can always start your own club if you'd like to. The main area of UAT is the computer commons. See under the staircase here? All of that area is the computer commons. There's about 200 computers with all the software from all the classes downloaded onto them. It's open 24/7 for students. Going up to the second level, this is our robotics lab. You'll have access to all the labs from the very first day that you're a UAT student. Walking down the hallway, you'll see 3D printer, laser cutter, more classrooms. Sometime during the open house, you and your family can sit in on a workshop of whatever major you're interested in. Coming up here is a digital maker and fab lab, so you can create 3D models, send them to different 3D printers to create prototypes. Down the hall from there, we have our digital media studio, where they do editing, compositing, and visual effects. Next to it, we have our motion capturing studio. Students add the motion into animation and visual effects projects. Down the hall from there, we have our cybersecurity lab. It was funded in part by the Department of Defense. So the CIA, FBI, and NSA recruit our students for jobs and internships. Behind our campus, we have our dorms. The dorms are just a 1-minute walk to classes. Everything is right there. The grassy areas where clubs put on activities. This is the entrance of the dorms. You can see it's very modern. Going up to the second level, if you'd like to play pool, there's a pool table. If you want to play video games, there's a video game room right here. If you'd like to do some cooking or baking, there's a full-size kitchen. And the dorm rooms come with a bed, desk, mini fridge, and microwave. If you just want to chill, there's a theater that has these huge comfy bean bags, so you can just relax and watch movies. So that is what you'll see when you come over to our open house. So now I'm going to take it off of the screen share and see if I can answer any questions for anyone. Let's see here. So let's see. Okay. What questions can I answer? Does anyone have any questions at all that I can answer? I see that there is one attendee. The participant attendee, do you have any questions at all before I conclude my presentation?
I'm so sorry. The last thing I want to do is interrupt you, but you muted yourself, unfortunately.
Okay, so for the participant, what what do you mean by at UAT, do freshmen get the same thing as higher classmen? What do you mean, do they get the same thing? What are you referring to? Just so I can make sure I'm answering you correctly. And you can, okay, as in dorms and rules and clubs. Yes, yes, the freshmen actually are required to live in the dorms. And so they get priority for living in the dorms. They get priority over the higher class students, meaning the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So the freshmen get priority for the dorms. The rules and the clubs are inclusive for everyone equally. Good questions. What other questions do you have? All right. Katie, I think that I'm ready to conclude this presentation.
All right, fantastic. I feel like we all learned a lot today.
Thank you.
All right, friends, just to go ahead and wrap us up today. Of course, a huge thank you to our presenter as well as our participants today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we do really appreciate any of the feedback that you could provide. As I said at the start, this is just one of our many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for any additional sessions at pacac.org. And in just about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as any of our other session recordings. Same website, pacac.org. Thank you all so much for attending and have a great weekend.